Okay, in question number 11, we have two identical rectangles, each with an area of 18, overlap to form a new rectangle as shown. The new rectangle can be divided into three identical squares. What is the area of the new rectangle? Now we know that each one of them has an 18 as an area. So if we divide, for example, the first one into two squares and the second one into two squares, now this 18 will be divided into two areas here. So we will have 9 here and we will have 9 here. And also we will have 9 here and 9 here. Now if we put this square above this one, so we will obtain this new rectangle, and these two areas will be here in this place. And now this new area will be just 9, and we have here 9 and we have here 9. So if we sum all of these areas, we will obtain 27, and B is the correct answer. Now in question number 12, a student have 5 boxes of chocolate labeled A, B, C, D, and E. The chocolates in the boxes have been given numbers according to their flavor as shown. He ate most of the chocolates. The picture below shows what was left. What was the label of the box marked X? Now, can we directly know what is the box X? Like if it is A, B, C, D, or E? For example, here we have inside the box X 5, and 5 is existed in all the boxes, so we will not know directly which one is the box X. So now let's start with this box here. So we have inside this box 1. Now if we checked here all the boxes, we will notice that just the box A contains 1, so this one is A. Now if we go and look at this one here, we found 2. So 2 is existed in two boxes, which is A and B, and because A is already here labeled, so this one is B. And here for 3 is existed in three boxes, A, B, and C. So because A and B are taken, so this one will be C, and similarly this one will be D, and this one 5 is existed in all the boxes, and because all the previous boxes was labeled as A, B, C, D, so this one will be E, and E is the correct answer. Now in question number 13, Nora draws several identical rectangles to make the following picture. The width and the height of the picture are 45 and 30 centimeter respectively. What is the area of one rectangle in square centimeter? So now we have an information telling us that the length of this picture is 45. So if we looked at here at this part, we have 5 rectangles. So if we divided 45 by 5, we will obtain 9, and the width of each rectangle is 9 here, 9, 9, 9, 9 here. So now we need to find the height of the rectangle here, this part, because we know now this part, the width. We still need to know the height in order to calculate the area of a single rectangle. So now we have another information telling us that the height of all the picture is 30 centimeter. So now let's label this part here as X, the required part here. So we have X, 9, X, 9, and X. Now we have 3x plus 29, which is 18, is equal to 30. So 3x is equal to 12, x is equal to 4. Now we found this part here, the height of the rectangle. Now to find the area, we have to multiply 4 by 9 and obtain 36, and E is the correct answer. Now in question number 14, each of the 16 circles shown contains a number. Numbers in neighboring circles differ by 1. One of the circles contains the number 5 and another one contains 13. How many different numbers are written in the 16 circles? Now we know that two of the circles, one of them is containing 5 and the second one contains 16. So if I put 5 here and start counting 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. Now if we continue like 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Now if we notice here between these two, we have 5 as differs by 5, not by 1. So this one is not a correct answer. So we should find different solution for here. So after we wrote from 5 to 13, we have to write again and repeat some numbers. Like here we put 6 again, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now the condition is true. We have now to count how many different numbers are written in these 16 circles. So if we count, we have this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 different numbers, so A is the correct answer. Okay, now in question number 15, the diagram shows two large squares with the same area. Part of each square is shaded as shown in the first square. The midpoints of adjacent sides are joined. In the second square, four smaller squares, all with side lengths equal to a third of the side lengths of the largest square, are shaded. The area shaded in the first square is 9. What is the area shaded in the second square? Okay, what is given now in this question that this shaded area here is 9. And we know that this small square here is constructed by connecting between the midpoints of adjacent sides. So this square here will be, the area of this one will be equal to half of the area of the big one. So, and we know that this places here is 9, so the complete area of this big square is 18. Now we know that this area is 18, so this one also will be 18 here, the whole area. Now if we notice here, we have, if we continue here, these lines here, so we will have 9 squares, 9 small squares. Now each one of these squares have an equal area, has an equal area. So if we divided this 18 by 9, we will obtain 2. So the area of each square is 2. And we have 4 shaded squares here. So what is required is the area of these 4 shaded squares. So 4 multiplied by 2 equal to 8, and B is the correct answer. Okay, now in question number 16, the Braille system for blind people, when written down, has the digits from 0 to 9 represented by a set of black or white dots as shown. How many different two-digit numbers contain exactly 5 black dots? Okay, let's now start with 0. Because 0 here cannot be put in the tens place, we are just going to put it in the units place, and here we'll put 0. So, and 0 contains 3 dots, so we need another digit with 2 dots, 2 black dots. So we have 2, and we have 3, and we have 5 and 9. So we have 4 numbers here with the situation of 0. Now if we go to the number 1, 1 has 1 dot, so we need another digit with 4 dots, so we just have 7, so we write 7. But here we can replace between the two numbers, so I will replace between them also. Now we have two conditions for 1. Now if we go to the number 2, in 2 we have 2 dots, so we need to put a digit, another digit with 3 dots. So I will not put 0 again because we already used 0. I will put 4 and 2 and 6 and 2 and 8. Okay, these are the situation of 2. Also, we should replace the numbers, so we have 42, 62, and 82. So now we have finished number 2. Now let's go to the number 3. We have 2 dots in number 3, so we need extra 3 dots. So we have 4, we have 3 and 6, we have 3 and 8, and we can replace between these two, the places of these two digits. So we will have 43 and 63 and 83. Now let's go to the number 4. In 4 we have 3 digits, so we need extra 2 digits. So we have 5 and we have 9. And of course we will replace between them, so 54 and 94. Okay, now let's continue with another digit, which is 5. Now 5 has 2 digits, so we need extra 3, so we have 6 and we have 8, and also we will replace between them, exchange. So we have 65 and 85. Now we have also 6. 6 had 3 digits, so we need 9 and also 96. And now for 7 we have 4, and we already take it with 1. We don't have another digit with 1, so we will not take it. For 8 we have 8 had 3 dots, so we need 9 and also 98. And these are all the conditions. So if we count all of these conditions, we will obtain 32, and D is the correct answer. Okay, now in question number 17, the above figure shows a beehive with 16 cells. Some of the cells contain honey. The number in each cell indicates how many of its neighboring cell contain honey. The two cells are neighbors if they share a common edge. How many cells in the beehive contain honey? So now let's look at the first cell. It's written 0, so both of these two neighbor cells are 0, so these two doesn't contain honey. Now let's check if this one contains honey or not. For this one, this cell here, it's written 3, so, and we know that the neighbors of this cell is this one here, and this one, and this one, and this one. And we know that 2 doesn't contain honey, so the other 3 will be shaded. So this 2 doesn't contain honey, and we will put sign on these cells because they contain honey. Now let's look at this one. This one indicates that 2 of its neighbors will contain honey, so we know already that that 0 and 3 contain honey, so this one will not contain honey, this place, because it's a neighbor of this one, and we have already 3 and 0 contain honey. So now if we check this one, the 3, it's telling us that 3 of its neighbors contain honey, so we have 3 contains honey, so also 4 and 1 will contain honey. Okay, now if we look at this one here, it's written 1, and we have 1 of its neighbors contain honey, this one, 4 here, so this one will not contain honey. Okay, now if we look at this one, this cell, it should be 3 of its neighbor contain honey, so this one, this 4 should contain honey, and we will put here a circle. Now this 4 also need 4, and now it has just 3. So let's look at this one here, this one. Here it's telling us that its neighbor should contain honey, and 2 already contain honey, so this one doesn't contain honey. Now also in this one here, we have 2 and we have already 2 neighbors contain honey, so this one will not contain honey. Now for this 4, it should have 4 neighbors contain honey, so this 3 should contain honey. Okay, now if we look at this cell here that contains 4, so now 3 of its neighbor contain honey, so the 4th one should also contain honey, so this one contains honey. Now if we look at this one here, one of its neighbors should contain honey, and because 2 contains honey, so this one will not contain honey, so 3 will not contain honey. Now the last one, if we look at 2, so 2 of its neighbors should contain honey, and 3 contain honey, and so 1 should contain also honey. So we will put a circle here on 1, and now we continue all the cells. Now if we count the cells, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So C is the correct answer. Okay, now in question number 18, Amal wants to place all the numbers from 1 to 10 in the circles in the diagram with one number in each circle. She wants the sum of the numbers in any 4 circles that are in a straight line to be 23. For example, the sum of numbers in 4 gray circles is 23. What is the number? What number must she place in the circle containing the question mark? Okay. At first, this 4 circles, the sum of them will be 23. And also these 4 circles should be 23. And these 4 circles also should be 23. Okay. So at first, if we sum the numbers, the digits from 1 to 10, we will obtain 55. Okay, and if we sum these 3 straight lines that each one of them contains 4 circles, so 23 plus 23 plus 23 will give us 96. So the difference between these two numbers, the 55 and the 96, is 14. Because here the number here in this place, in the question mark place, will be repeated 3 times. So the first time will be as like the other numbers, and it will repeated also 2 times, so 3 times. So this 14 is existed by repeating that the number in the question mark place here in the center 2 other times. So if we divided this 14 by 2, it will give us 7. So the 7 should be placed here in the question mark place, and D is the correct answer. Okay, now in question number 19, Salim has cut 4 small squares from the corners of the larger square, so that the remaining area is half of the area of the original square. The side lengths of the small squares are shown in the diagram. What is the perimeter of the remaining shape? Okay. First of all, let's calculate the area of each small squares here. So this one will be 4, this one will be 9, this one will be 36, and this one will be 1. So now if we add all of these areas, we will obtain 50. And we know that the area of these 4 squares will be half of the area of the whole square, the larger one. So the whole area will be 100. So now we know the length of each side of this larger square, so it will be 10. Now we will continue and see the perimeter. So we know that this, I will use a different color. So this one is 6, and this one will be 6, and this one will be 6. and this one will be 3, and this one is 3. So 6, 3, this one will be 1, and here we have 3, and here we have 2. So this one will be 5. Now this one will be also 2, and this one is 1, so this one will be 7. And here we have 1, and we have 6, so this one will be 3. Okay, now let's calculate the perimeter. If we started from here, 1 plus 3 is 4, plus 3 is 7, plus 5 is equal to 12, plus 2 is equal to 14, plus 2 is equal to 16, plus 7 is equal to 23, plus 1 is equal to 24, plus 1 is equal to 25, plus 3 is equal to 28, plus 6 is equal to 34, plus 6 will be equal to 40, and B is the correct answer. Okay, now in question number 20, Rukaya wants to complete the puzzle shown so that each row and each column contains the numbers 1, 2, 3, and 4 exactly once. She wants to place the numbers so that the greater than and less symbols give a correct relationship between the two values either side of them. The symbols work in all directions as shown in the example. What number should be placed in the gray circle? Okay, now let's start with what is given. So we have this tree here. So, and we have this less sign here and less. So we need two numbers here and here, less than 3. So which one should we have 1 and 2. We should place one of them here and one of them here. So which one should I place here? Of course, I should place 2, not 1, because I have here another sign here. So I need to write here a number less than this number. So I will place here 2 and I will place here 1. Okay, now we know 2 numbers here. So this one will be also 1. Okay. Now the same situation here. I need 2 numbers to place them here. 1 and 2. Also 1 and 2. And because here we have already 1 in this row, so I cannot put another one here, so I will put 2 here and I will put the 1 here. Now if we look at this row here, I have 2, 3, 1, so this one will be 4, because each number can be repeated only once in each row and in each column. Now if we look at this column here, the fourth column, if we want to place the number 1, where should we place it? Can we place it here? No, because we have already this one here in this row. So I cannot place it here. And I cannot place it here because I have 1 and this one is already taken by 4. And here I can't also place it because already we have 1 here. So this circle will contain 1 here, and the correct answer is A.